all the metrics and the data available to explore, what are the metrics that are actually important when it comes to your social media? In today's video, we're talking about how to measure the success of social media marketing. Hey, I'm Marley Jaxx, CEO of Jaxx Productions. I have scaled my business to multiple seven figures, and a lot of that with the success of social media marketing. So I want to share with you a lot of the strategies that I've used. First, let's talk about what you have to define in order to measure the success of social media. Then we'll talk about the 4 key metrics that you need to keep track of in order to define that success on social media marketing. Then I'll give you my most crucial tip for creating content of any kind. Then I'll tell you a story about one of my clients that ended up getting 6 times more sales than what his goal was with the help of his social media marketing. First of all, to measure the success of your social media marketing, we first have to define, what does success look like to you? Is success how many people like your Facebook page? Is it how many comments you get? Is it how many people sign up for your email list or buy the thing that you're selling? If we know your hopeful outcome, we can set goals based on this, and then we'll know what metrics to be looking at. We also know that if you're going to invest any ad spend into it, what that's worth to you. What is an ROI for you? If you put in $100 into a campaign, you only get $100 out. Is that success? Or how much do you actually want to earn? What does ROI, what does success look like to you? Before we get into my 4 key metrics that I'm typically measuring for my social media campaigns, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out videos like this every single week, again, using my strategies that helped me to scale to multiple 7 figures in my business. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Now let's talk about the 4 key metrics that I recommend measuring when you're looking at your social media marketing. Now you can be looking at your likes and your comments. Some of those things may be more vanity metrics, how it looks. But if we're talking about building a business, you probably want to be making money from that business, or else it's kind of just a hobby. One of the things to remember is that you don't get paid to the amount of content you create, you get paid to the amount of engagement you receive. That engagement means that you're building relationships with your audience, and those relationships can lead into sales. So because of that, I'm looking at my engagement rates, my reach, which could also be known as impressions, the cost per lead, and my cost per acquisition. The engagement meaning how many people are engaging with me, my reach meaning how many people this content is reaching, whether they're engaging or not. My cost per lead means how much I'm investing to generate a lead, meaning they're brought into my ecosystem, maybe they're brought into my email list. And then my cost per acquisition, meaning how much I'm paying to acquire that customer, meaning that now that they're a lead, they're on my list, how much it has cost me for them to become a paying customer. So after hearing that, how many of these metrics are you currently looking at or tracking? Let me know in the comments below. Now I gotta tell you a very crucial tip for measuring any of your success on social media. This is a trap that sometimes newbie entrepreneurs fall into, and it's that they buy followers. And the misconception that they get stuck into here is they think that if I have more followers, I'll look more credible. But if you buy followers, it may actually make you appear as the opposite. Imagine if you look at an account that has hundreds or thousands of followers, but they have no engagement because the people following them are not people, they're bots. And then the metrics you're looking at are skewed because even if you have 10 followers who are so engaged and love what you do and they're commenting on everything, if you have 100 bots, your engagement rate is going to be so low because the bots aren't the ones who are engaging with you. So don't damage your metrics, and more importantly, don't damage your reputation by buying followers. Now that we got that out of the way, I want to tell you a story about one of my clients. My client, Wayne Lee, used his social media and ended up getting 6 times more sales than was his goal. So first of all, I want to point out that he knew his outcome. He knew the goal that he wanted to reach. He knew how many people he wanted to be able to impact through his campaign, and he knew how many of those he wanted to result in sales. Now, his goal was to get 20 people into his course. By the end of his social media campaign, he had 120, and by the end of the course, he had people that upsold into the next level of his course where he earned over $25,000. So what did he do to achieve that? Well, he reverse engineered his campaign calendar. He created engaging posts. He told awesome stories that related into the theories and the methodologies, the proprietary mechanisms that he would be teaching inside of his course. He also inserted urgency and scarcity that would get people to buy. Now, the really important thing is throughout this campaign strategy, he was also monitoring his metrics. He wasn't just creating these posts and setting it and forgetting it. He had his eyes on the goal. He knew that he wanted to get get 20 people into the challenge. Now, the really exciting thing is he got 20 people within the first 24 hours. So it's not like he was going to stop there. He was going to double down on what was working really well and keep that momentum going. And that's what got him to getting 6 times more sales than was his goal and helped him to earn $25,000. How my client Wayne Lee ended up getting 6 times more sales than was his goal is one of the strategies that I teach my clients all the time. I help my clients to create a content machine and a cash flow system that can help you ascend your leads to 6, 7, even 8 figures of revenue. That's something that I can teach you inside of my Infinite Cash Flow Blueprint. It's a free system that I've created for you. You can click the link below and get access to that today for free.